Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is the activation of up to 3,000 reserve troops for operational Atlantic Resolve. Okay, and this is also including 450 individual ready reservists. Okay, so on Thursday, our president issued an order to augment the active armed forces of the United States for effective conduct of Operation Atlantic Resolve to include up to 3,000 members of the Selective Reserve, up to 450 members of the Individual Ready Reserve. So the IRR, or Individual Ready Reserve, is particularly interesting as it hasn't been utilized in almost 2 decades. This order does not call them to service, but only gives them authority to do so if they deem necessary. Now, the IRR consists of former active duty and reserve members who are no longer under obligation to drill, conduct annual training, or participate in any military activities until ordered by presidential authority. Essentially, it is junior enlisted officers who have an obligation after leaving their service once their contract has expired. And typically, a contract would be 4 years, followed by 4 years of IRR service. So this is what came out of the White House. By authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including sections 121 and 12304 of Title 10 United States Code, I hereby determine that it is necessary to augment the active armed forces of the United States for the effective conduct of Operation Atlantic Resolve in and around the United States European Command's area of responsibility. In furtherance of this operation, under this stated authority, I hereby authorize the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security, with respect to the Coast Guard, when it is not operating as a service in the Navy under their respective jurisdictions, to active duty any units and any individual members not assigned to a unit organized to serve as a unit of the Selective Reserve, or any member in the Individual Ready Reserve mobilization category and is designated as essential under regulations prescribed by the Secretary concerned, not to exceed 3,000 total members at any one time, of whom not more than 450 may be members of the Individual Ready Reserve, as they deem necessary, and to terminate the service of those units and members ordered to active duty. This order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or in equity, by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. So now let's talk about the Selected Reserve and certain individual Ready Reserve members ordered to active duty other than during war or national emergency. So A, the authority, notwithstanding the provisions of section 1230(2) A, or any other provision of law, when the president determines that it is necessary to augment the active forces for any named operational mission, or that it is necessary to provide assistance referred to in subsection B, he may authorize the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security with respect to the Coast Guard when it is not operating as a service to the Navy without the consent. That's the thing, without the consent of the members concerned, to order any unit or any member not assigned to the unit organized to serve as a unit of the Selected Reserve as defined in section 10143A of this title, or any member in the individual ready reserve mobilization category and is designated as essential under regulations prescribed by the secretary concerned under their respective jurisdictions to active duty, or not more than 365 consecutive days. B, support for responses to certain emergencies. The authority under subsection A includes authority to order a unit or member to active duty to provide assistance in responding to an emergency involving either 1, a use or threatened use of weapon or mass destruction, or 2, a terrorist attack, a threatened terrorist attack in the United States that results or could result in a significant loss of life or property. This is still, developing. I'm still, researching all of this. So if anything more comes about, I will let you guys know. No, my son is not being called back. He has been medically separated from the Marine Corps. I'm not going to get into that because it's medical, and I'm not at liberty to talk about it. Okay. So when more about this comes about, okay, I will talk more about it. Just pray for our men and women of the military, okay? And remember their families, their friends, their significant others, and their children. And just hope and pray that nothing bad happens to them, okay? And as a Marine mom, they are all my children, all the Marines. They're all my sons and daughters. And I pray for them every night. All right, guys, I'm out of here, okay? I will see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.